cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Well, it's the dueling dragons here for the 1-1 group. Hugo, we got TYLOO versus Team Spirit coming up now, and you know, obviously we've seen some good and the bad with these two teams in a sense, right? TYLOO obviously kickstarting this in that matchup versus Renegades, right? They lost that one. We saw them win their game yesterday. Spirit as well had that very long game versus Pain. You know, do you think we're going to see another grueling affair here, or do you think, you know, maybe this one's a bit more clean cut?
I think I'm leaning in the favour to TYLOO, but I wouldn't be surprised if we have a 3-map with some long games ahead of us. I think this is a pretty equal matchup, right? TYLOO have looked, no, I don't want to say impressive, like they've been blowing us out of the water, but you know, they got a good run against Renegades, who've had a great tournament so far. Do remember that? Obviously, they destroyed Panda. We casted that yesterday. That was kind of what we expected, and I think this is a pretty apt matchup, to be honest, because Spirit have been a team that have definitely been on the rise. They've made a couple of roster changes, or one roster change coming into this event, and IDIS Balance, who's I think has looked fantastic on this roster, is a really good addition. So I'm excited to finally get to cast the Spirit lineup, and I can't wait to see what they're going to bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you take a look at this, and historically, right, whenever we've seen these guys play in the past, as we can see right now, timing is perfect there. Yeah. Shout out to our wonderful producer. But, yeah, I mean, you know, you can see TYLOO have bested them every single time we've seen these teams play historically.
But it's been close.
Obviously, yeah, it has been close, but it's never been more than 2 maps. So that's something to take into account. That said, obviously, it was a slightly different Team Spirit roster. Since these, we've seen some new additions, right? We've seen some Die Young come into the roster. We've seen IDIS Balance. And, you know, Chopper as well. So it was, you know, it was a bit of a different Team Spirit back then. Do you think the new addition, in particular, you know, there's been a lot of attention around some Die Young and IDIS Balance as being, you know, 2 of the newer stars within this team. Do you think they're going to have what it takes to try and, you know, break that bit of history that we've seen?
Well, I'd like to think so. Again, I mean, some of those matches we just saw at the bottom were from like March of last year. So, you know, we've had TYLOO make changes since then as well. So, you know, not really much to go off in that sense. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of firepower on the Spirit roster. As you can see, the lineup: Coldy, SDY, Sotfik, Chopper, and IDIS Balance there. So yeah, I haven't casted this team yet. I haven't seen a lot of their games because obviously, you know, at least in the tournaments here, we've been casting at the same time time as the game, so we haven't been able to catch that. But I've heard that they're entertaining at least to watch, and I'm kind of excited for that sense as well. TYLOO, we know what to expect with this team. Johnson was saying as well, I think it was in an interview, that he's completely restructured this team. They've built everything again from the ground up, and I think you definitely noticed that if you've been watching these TYLOO games. We've seen both of their matches, one against Renegades, one against Panda, and they definitely do look like a different team. Really good mid-round decisions, and a lot of nice improvements in that sense. So I'm excited to see if that makes a or pulls them over the line here up against Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, out of most Asian teams that we've seen historically, TYLOO were always the one kind of at that forefront, right? They were definitely playing the cleanest Counter-Strike in the region for the longest time. But I do think it's evident that Jonto has definitely helped speed up the process, right? Even if it meant tearing down what they already had. But we can see the map picks here, Hugo. We've got Mirage, we've got Inferno. So Mirage is going to be the map pick of Team Spirit, and Inferno the pick of TYLOO. Overpass will be our great decider.
This is a really good map pool for both these teams. Both these teams play this map, these maps. Overpass is the only question mark for TYLOO, right? That's not one that they frequent at least, but I think this is probably the best map pool we could have gotten.
Yeah, and I mean, historically, right, these are the maps that we've mainly seen come up between these two teams. We've always seen them play on Inferno and Overpass, and I believe Mirage has been the third place decider in a lot of those games as well. This time it's been switched around a bit. Mirage is going to be the first map. TYLOO picking into that straight away. So switching things up a bit. And then, obviously we have Inferno as that second map. And, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a chance we see history repeat itself, but I got some faith in iDisbalance and some Die Young here.
Yeah, and the rest of the squad as well. But
well, yeah.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, I don't know what the thing is. It's hard to really cast a team when you haven't seen them play before.
No, definitely.
So, I don't really know what to expect. Yeah,
I guess we can let you off there.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this will be a 3-mapper. To be honest, I think it will go all the way, and I definitely would say do not sleep on Spirit coming into this best of 3. They are a real powerhouse right now. Obviously losing to Ents in the opening day, fair enough. Like that's a really sick roster right now. Ents obviously just coming off the back of their major finals, and only just beating Pain was a bit of a problem. But I think when you look at Pain versus Spirit, you do have kind of in terms of how those teams play, you have a lot of similarities in a sense, which I think can always make it kind of hard to play that matchup for Spirit's point of view. But I think this is going to be interesting in the sense of TYLOO playing a very aggressive CT side from what we've seen already from this team, and I'd like to see how well prepared Spirit are coming into this.
Yeah, and I mean, you touched upon that Ents game between Team Spirit and Ents, and obviously, it was a 2-0 in favor of the Finns, but they were very close matchups, right? We saw a 16-11 on Nuke, and then a 16-13 on Dust 2. So 2 very close games indeed. And, I feel like when you look at the caliber of a team like Ents, that's a pretty decent scoreline to be fielding if you're Spirit. I have to agree. And I don't think we can echo that message enough, is, I don't think people should be sleeping on Team Spirit here.
Not at all. Are you I'm going to ask you a prediction, Harry.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, just based on what I've seen, I think this is going to be, a 3-mapper. But I think TYLOO should take it.
Yeah.
Just for the sole reason, that they are like the more solidified roster out of the two, right? They've been together, they've been around the block a little bit now. But that said, Spirit, we haven't really seen them play, and they certainly have the potential. So I don't want to make out that I think this is going to be clean cut by any stretch of the imagination. And I'd very much love for Team Spirit to surprise us.
Yeah, without a doubt, I think it'd be really cool to see this this roster find some success here in China. Obviously, it's a cutthroat tournament, Harry, in the sense of these two teams here, more so for Spirit, are definitely coming in as some big underdogs in terms of making it out of these groups. So when I say oh yeah, Spirit kind of had a rough time, they had to face Ents on their opening game. Well, realistically, I mean, who else is there to face? There's so many top European and North American teams at this event that it is very difficult to get out of those groups. You've really got to earn your spot, but I would say that Spirit can beat TYLOO here and go 2-1. That would be fantastic for that team, and then they would have another 2 opportunities to get out of that group, and I think there's a very good chance they could. So yeah, 1-1 is a good spot to be in, considering we've had both North and who did we just cast? It's just slipping my mind. North and save me, Harry.
Oh, Panda versus Big.
Big. Yeah, sorry. No, yeah, North and Big.
There's so many Ps.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is the fact that we've had North versus Big, North and Big both in that 0-2 bracket, Spirit and TYLOO both in that 1-1 is kind of interesting, right? But obviously we've had some recovery from Big and North today. But we're going to get into this one either way. No more rambling. Into Mirage, first map of 3. Spirit's pick as well as we head into the 9th round to decide sides.
Yeah, now Mirage's one where this 9th round does feel a little less important than usual, right? If you're looking at maybe like an Inferno, a Nuke, a Train, you're desperately going to be gunning for those CT side starts. Here on Mirage, it's a bit more open to interpretation, right? It just depends on how you're feeling on any given day. But it looks like we're going to be seeing the TYLOO guys over on that CT side to kick start this matchup, and you can see players in the server readying up now. So Hugo, I'm going to ask, who would be your players to keep an eye on over on the side of TYLOO? Because I feel like we've touched upon Team Spirit enough. I feel like we've kind of signaled that maybe you'd be looking towards iDisbalance and Some Die Young. TYLOO, who would be your men of the match?
I mean, it's got to be Buntet, right? He's got to come in at that top spot at least. Extra over on the AWP, on Mirage especially, right? This first map is going to be very exciting. With Inferno coming up next as well, Extra is extremely versatile on that CT side, so that's going to be fun as well to see the AWPing battle. He's such a quick AWP player. So yeah, the Indonesians, I'm jumping on their side of things, Harry, for this match.
No, I mean, I have to agree. And for me, I would actually say, I'm looking for Extra to top the charts here. He's been playing out of his mind the last few days. And as you say, that Inferno second map, it's a map that Extra and Buntet both have always looked so at home on, right? I love watching Extra inside of that A-bomb site. I'm being deafened right now. But
Johns is just changing stuff on the PC. There we go. We're back in now. Again, always rocking that jacket. I love it.
Yeah, he's just, because this is the thing I love about him, right? He's got that jacket on because he's just going to close us out in 2 maps and then get the hell out of here. That's his plan. Doesn't even take the coat off.
The 5. He's got to go quick, Harry. It's probably already 5, to be honest. It's 2 p.m.
It's not 5. It's 2 p.m. He can make it. Even if this goes 3.
Looking stylish right now. But yeah, interesting to note, Buntet sitting in the middle there. Obviously, we've seen Extra take over some of the calling, and Buntet still sitting center side. So
yeah, I feel like right now it's probably just a balance between the two of them, right? Because originally when Extra came into this roster, he was the IGL alongside that AWP role. Then we see it get changed to Buntet, and now it feels like it's a much more of a kind of synergy between the two of them.
See Jonta giving them a bit of a prep talk. Even moving the mics.
There you go. Good daddy, Jonta.
See, over on North side, you get massages. Here, you just get mic readjustments.
That's still good, though.
Yeah. Want to make sure the audio is nice and clear. I mean, communication has been a problem in the past of TYLOO. Jonta trying to remove that. But we're going in, Harry. CT side for TYLOO over on Mirage. The pick of Spirit as we get into things. Pistol round is just ahead of us. And it is all to play for here. Both teams 1-on-1. One of these teams will be going 2-1. That's pretty crazy to think as well, right, with some of the teams at this event. But, hey, earned.
I like the confidence pick from Team Spirit going into Mirage, though, right? Because it's famously what was always a very good TYLOO map. You think about TYLOO's map pool, it was kind of Mirage Inferno. Those were the 2 maps you didn't really want to face them on. So already Summer opening things up in this round, and that's kind of throwing a real spanner in the works for this A-side execute that TYLOO, or Spirit rather, were looking to throw in. Attacker with 2 of his own, so now only Chopper and Coldy left standing. Coldy has crossed into CT. The bomb's going to be planted for him in the post plant, so a chance here to get something done. He loses Chopper, and for Coldy, his decision here is either is to stick around and try and find that first kill or push CT. Obviously, he doesn't know that CT is vacant, so decides to stick around, tries to take the fight, and obviously it does not pan out. TYLOO going to find the pistol here on Mirage.
And they are looking warmed up, Harry. Those were some clean shots from Attacker and somebody. I mean, that retake from him. 2 bullets, 2 kills. TYLOO take the first. So bomb plant for Spirit, and I mean, of course, CIS team always expect the force, but they will not be going for it. Just a couple of deagles here. Probably the better decision of the 2, wanting to get 4 rifles with everything behind it in round number 3. And of course, TYLOO are buying very heavily into this round, so probably a safe decision for Spirit not to force buy into it because they are going to be facing 4 rifles. This is where you just kind of spread out and hope for these deagles to work some magic. easier said than done. Somebody already confident to take that fight, and he will get ahead of it as well. TYLOO, they are definitely looking confident, Harry. I mean, even from the pistol round with these close ramp setups, and now the B pushes, or B-apps pushes as well, up against pistols. No fear from TYLOO, and that's exactly what they should be showing here.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I sometimes sometimes wonder with this TYLOO team if a lot of it was also just kind of getting over that hurdle about, you know, they made the transition of being this kind of, you know, plucky Asian team that would get invited to events and have to grind their way through it, right? That's where they were kind of throwing in these rather, you know, unique strats early on. And I feel like now, you know, they've kind of solidified it with themselves that they are a team that can take stuff off of the top teams. That's been known for the longest time, and now they're kind of moving away from that more gimmicky style of Counter-Strike and playing just the fundamentals, you know, playing their own game. With a bit of the old Asian flair thrown in on top. Chopper going to get dropped down here in mid. And now this A play looking to come through. But TYLOO, 3 players here. This should be quick, clean, and everything in between.
And exactly that, Harry. No damage really done, and not a single player dropped for TYLOO. They take that second round by force, and now we have to buy Spirit with full rifles. And yeah, TYLOO, that's a great round for them, right? They buy up 3 M4s, 4 rifles in the previous round, and they keep all of them. So they can just upgrade utility here and still have 2 to 3K per player, meaning if they lose this round, they're going to be just fine and dandy. And
that's helped out even more by how, you know, the fact that 2 of those players in the pistol round didn't even get tagged. So their armor rebuy is that much cheaper into that second round. Magnified now by the fact that you keep 5 players alive. So TYLOO actually sat in a great spot here. First buy round for Team Spirit, but the pressure's pretty much on because, you know, the ball is very much in TYLOO's court. They can stomach a loss in this round and they won't be all too affected.
They even tried to jump up onto the catwalk as well from window in this round. I didn't catch who it was, but missed. I think it was somebody there. Had to fall down and run through the connector. So it wouldn't have been somebody, he's on B, it would have been an attacker. Either way, failed. And Spirit had given mid-control there all the way down through the underpass. Execute getting picked apart early on. Sophic finding another as well. So Team Spirit out of nowhere, they've just found 2 stunning entries. Now they can group up, set up towards a bomb site, go for an execute. They do back out of B, but close short positioning from somebody. I wonder if he heard those footsteps retreating out of the B apartments, because if he did, we could see TYLOO heavy rotate off the back of it. Only Summer on A. He's not in a good position to deal with this play, considering he's got an MP9. We'll have to wait and hope that someone jumps across to the stairwell, because right now it's looking like an A play.
Yeah, he was able to retrieve that M4 from Connector, but Summer really does have to come up huge here, and he's not able to find anything. Somebody in Bintet, they're going to take a look in, but yeah, they can't get anything done. A clean round from Team Spirit, and that's exactly what we needed to see.
Yeah, that could have been a very different round if TYLOO were able to take their mid-control like they wanted with that catch-up, right? That would have stopped the early presence out the top of middle. There was a support player in Connector who could have covered underpass. I mean, TYLOO definitely could have had a far more beneficial situation if that jump was not missed. But Glass Cannon up here, Harry. Not on Execute, because Summer did buy it, of course. So he's going to be rocking that now for the CT side over in the spawn. And Spirit back in with another mid-take.
Yeah, we've seen Summer not afraid to don the AWP alongside Execute and somebody. That's normally who it gets swapped around between. But ooh, in amongst the smoke on short, they're already down. They're already past it. Coldie's there, but 2 players full. B bomb site left for the retake here from TYLOO, and they've already done a fantastic job. Team Spirit just trying to bypass them in mid by running through that smoke, and they get punished. Execute going to get boosted. Now Coldie spots it. Not expecting the re-aggression from Execute. I think anticipating that once he gets spotted, he was just going to drop on off, because it's a pretty horrific angle to peek into when they know you're up there. I
think he was more expecting somebody to peek from lower, knowing there were 2 players up on the catwalk because of that boost. But yeah, not able to catch it. However, the post plant's looking good for Spirit. Couple of quick shots hit. I just balanced at the back of the site, and he's found 2 against the AWP. No armor on Summer as well. This is a difficult shot to hit, and he's not going to land it. I disbalance winning the fight, and 4 kills on him on that B site. Spirit, what a recovery from that 3-on-5. Unbelievable.
And yeah, I mean, I know that iDisbalance did a lot to impress Maniac, one of our wonderful analysts, right? I saw that he was very, very fond of what he'd seen from him. And, I mean, okay, yeah, we've already seen early days, but already, you know, you're seeing some promising signs out of the new addition to this squad. I do think the CIS region is really showing some, there's a few up-and-comers, you know, moving up through the next. You know, you take a look at someone like Norbert, for example, in Windstrike. There's a few names out there right now that are looking to try and rise through the ranks, as it were. Now, a tag from iDisbalance through the wall. Sends Bentet down to just 3 HP already. And he's ready and waiting. He is fixated on this ladder room.
Yeah, Molotov in that position would surely spell disaster. And oh, it's going up catwalk. Bentet, very lucky for now, but probably not for too much longer. The flash is there. It's going to push ahead of it. Dink, more than you can ask for if you're Bentet. And somebody will finish that one off as well, but the quick trade from the SMG is there. Spirit mopping up these pistol players. 2 left up on this A bomb site, but as you can see on the minimap, Spirit are already inside of B. They have completely avoided the setup of TYLOO. Been doing a good job of doing that so far, right? The fast cat play in the previous round, despite TYLOO going very heavy in mid and giving up B. Spirit, another bomb plant, another round guaranteed here. Nothing TYLOO can do.
Yeah, so an early lead fielded by Team Spirit on their map pick, in spite of losing the pistol. Since getting onto these rifles, they've looked clean. I mean, now just Summer left standing. He's hoping maybe he can find a rifle, maybe he can find something to get away with, but he won't be able to, you'd imagine. No one from Team Spirit's too keen on peeking into this. And as they've spotted, and there's so many players down in mid, he'll get dealt with very, very easily. But now we have that buy. Excurate can glass cannon, decides against it. Just going to be picking up the M4, opting instead for the utility. So we don't have anyone to go toe-to-toe with Idis Balance just yet. But I mean, you know, you think about how Idis Balance won that 1v3 clutch in the B bomb set, and it was the glass cannon off in the one-on-one that you feel like maybe was a bit of a crux for TYLOO. So instead focusing on the utility here, and it's a fast play into B from Young. So much confidence on him. He's already up past this smoke, and he's going to find somebody over at short. Bentet, they're not quite ready for this blistering pace, and there's a bit of a one-way in that smoke that Young looked to try and exploit. But now sitting a man up, Team Spirit, they can just apply the brakes.
Yeah, doesn't need to commit to that fight at all on B. He's already found a pick. That might even force a rotation if they're lucky, so they can double back towards A if need be. The jungle side smoke with a flash into middle for TYLOO. They try and take the fight, but they actually get very confused in that smoke. And Excurate gets killed. Attacker unable to trade. He'll bail out of that one, but that's left TYLOO in an even more difficult spot. 5-on-3, this time in favor of Spirit. And setting up for the B play where they found the earlier pick. TYLOO may have pre-rotated, but it's still going to be a difficult job.
Trades left and right. Bentet's still here, but not quite ready for Chopper. And Summer nearby, they tap the bomb.
So ready for it.
Very aware that there could have still been a player inside of that bomb site. It's a Team Spirit, a 4th round to their name. And early on, this is falling apart a bit for TYLOO.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know, start of this game, especially those first couple of rounds, TYLOO are looking confident, they're looking warmed up, right? They were getting aggressive on the CT side like we expect to see. But the second Spirit got guns in their hands, they have just been blistering. Their pace has just been blistering, right? We see that fast B play from SDY, straight into the B site, gets a pick. I really like that play as well. Knowing that TYLOO don't have a lot of utility, and the smoke, of course, would cut off any kind of Molotov being thrown in there. Just very, very fast, immediate executes here from this T side. Quick cat plays, immediate mid. There's no defaulting here from Spirit, and it's actually really exciting to watch.
Yeah, and for TYLOO, this is where you can kind of tell they're very much caught off guard by this Team Spirit that they're facing right now. And that's where you kind of see, a few of the cracks show in TYLOO, right? Is whenever they do get knocked back, maybe you see some of those old habits, some of the old problems they used to have claw through. I mean, that round there was a double smoke push in mid from TYLOO in the round prior that saw 2 rifle players fall. Yeah, a risk that they didn't really need to take. Obviously, you're trying to reclaim something after Young caught them completely off guard in the B apartments. But mid-aggression from Team Spirit once again, and TYLOO, nothing to contend with. Obviously, they've only got these pistols, so just going to wait for Team Spirit to get into some of these closer angles.
B-stack, though, is going to be very favorable for TYLOO. The issue is Spirit are probing. They're not committing anyone here but the SMG. So Sotfik, he's playing for info. He's trying to work out how many players are on this bomb site. He spots 1, and maybe that'll send him back. In fact, that looks to be the case here. Spirit They've got a man up in connector, and I think that's somewhat convinced him to rotate towards A here, because no one fighting on this site. Spirit are going to be able to get themselves up onto A. Still wary there could be more players around, but somebody going to get a great shot from short, dropping the bomb in connector. It is picked up. That's the AWP removed from Spirit as well. Chopper does catch Bentet creeping, crawling through the smoke, and this is still a round where TYLOO shouldn't have much skin in the game. They've got no weaponry to play with, but they are finding a couple of kills.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bomb drop. 25 seconds. They can at least make Team Spirit sweat a little bit. So they find some damage. The 3 players staying alive. Team Spirit's still going to be perfectly content with that. They make money. But now, finally, round number 8, we get to see the fullest possible buy from TYLOO, the best buy that we've seen them have in this entire game thus far, including the AWP on Excurate. And so maybe we see him now look to try and go toe-to-toe in mid, and indeed we do. He had the window spawn as well. He's going to look to try and challenge, but the smoke blocked him, and now he's been thrown into these crosshairs down in mid. Excurate just going to get slapped down. He's playing dodgeball, and well, he's out. So now 4 on 4, and Team Spirit, they could just slow right down once again, make TYLOO squirm.
I feel like it's the last time we're going to see TYLOO attempt that cat jump, right? Because it's a really good play. I love the cat jump, even with the AWP or the rifle. But Spirit have been in mid instantly every single round of this half since they've had guns. So, yeah, TYLOO definitely need to avoid that. If Spirit have spawns for mid, they're always going to beat the AWP to get up on top of that jump. So, very, very dangerous for TYLOO. Now Spirit settling back for the A play. Summer's back in the spawn. He doesn't need to face here. Attacker's going to make first contact, and he'll pick up one from the top of the stairs there. Drops back. Smoke in the jungle. Molly close, and Sopvik going to peek out wide as well, as Summer finally facing great work from TYLOO. They found an advantage, and it's swiftly been kept in their favor. Somebody with another kill, and Chopper left alone. A 1-on-3 with 9 HP. He's found the first, but the bomb is in no man's land.
Yeah, he's got a long journey to try and get it. Bentet and Summer left to overthrow, and Bentet, he is just fixated in on that bomb. They double peek into ramp, and they catch Chopper trying to cross up into the onto the scaffolding there. So TYLOO in with their third. All it took was that fall by. They weren't able to retrieve the AWP, crucially, so we won't see that make the appearance once again. But we certainly will in the Team Spirit ranks. Balance going to have it. Doesn't really have the best spawn for anywhere, so... I mean, I was going to say maybe something a bit slower, but Team Spirit, it doesn't matter if they've had the spawns. Yeah. They've just been barreling into wherever they want.
The thing is, you don't really need the spawn if the opposing team doesn't have the AWP here on the CT side. So, yeah, Balance can just fight mid all he wants, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's empty. TYLOO have forfeited that position. Sopvik's clearing the underpass as well to get up towards his mid spot. Spirit are definitely going to be careful of the re-aggression from TYLOO, going back in through the connector or retaking from Cat. We've seen that a few times. Balance does get the first pick this round. Spirit slowly but surely gaining a lot more real estate. They clear out the connector, they keep the window smoked to deny TYLOO any information. And TYLOO have no idea what mid is containing right now. Spirit have shown a lot of presence and then left it immediately. This is definitely going to confuse TYLOO, because Attacker's fallen out of the window and is no longer playing for that info. So Spirit setting up for the A play, and this is looking like a very, very good round for the CIS side.
Oh, but just in the nick of time, somebody started to push the B apartments, and this might call for that rotation to come through. Smokes and flashes now raining in, but even though they get the info, the play's already underway in Summer. Now the only force along with Attacker to try and repel it. Now, they're good for 1, damage done, but Coldy just going to delete Bentet.
Oh, the duck.
Attacker. Maybe getting living up to his namesake a little too much. My word. Somebody just got deleted. Coldy throws in a god nade, and this leaves Attacker 1v3. Good for another. Now on the stairs, Coldy up in Palace, and he knows it. Cross out into the open, but Coldy trades. The double peek is there. The spray transfer a little too tricky for Attacker to master, and Team Spirit in with their 6th. Still a very close round, all things considered.
Yeah, huge attempt from Attacker there. Really, really nice try with 3 kills. Almost 4 if you include his teammate. But not able to get it done there. Coldy with a huge round himself, and Spirit will be kept in the lead for another. 6-3 and more pistols for TYLOO. They have been struggling here, Harry, on the CT side. Of course, if you think back, they did win that pistol and have only won one rifle round since. So, Money broken, and Team Spirit setting up once again for a heavy B control round, although that's a nice push from Summer. One of the few armored players for TYLOO, gets aggressive with the CZ, gets an AK out of it. And so Spirit, they're just going to avoid this one rifle, go barreling into the B-bomb site. SDY, first man in, but he's tagged up early. This could get dangerous. This could be a 5-on-3 before Spirit are even into the bomb site, and that's exactly the case. Oh dear, the pistols are doing it. TYLOO are tearing Spirit apart, and it is flawless from the Chinese side. That is unreal.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be very disheartening if you're Team Spirit, right? You try and just go for that fast B play. You try and go for just the blitz into the bomb site, and it's worked for them time and time again. But finally, we see TYLOO able to wither the storm, as it were.
TYLOO have had a lot of good stacks, though, in this map. Even though they haven't necessarily won them rounds, they've been stacking bomb sites that Spirit have been hitting. Think about the amount of times Spirit have walked into a 3-man stack on B, including that round. Finally, it's paying off for TYLOO, and they win a round they shouldn't. They get a free AWP from it, and they break Spirit's money.
And now this really is living up to the promise of being a close game. You know, this was looking like at one point Team Spirit could have just ran away with it. Big round for TYLOO to find, set them up nicely to move into a 5th, you would imagine. Somebody over here at B. Now, he's Deegs. I was going to say might be able to find something, but the AUG is just so comfortable at that range. Ooh, Coldy. Yeah. Able to drop the AWP, but that's it for him. So yeah, Sophic, bomb on his back. Going to try and find something inside of B. Issue he's going to have with somebody and Buntet here. Yeah, there should be no way that he's able to get into that bomb site and get the bomb down. You know, even if he deals with the point man, Buntet, you still have someone lurking around over towards the shop, and well, his fate was somewhat sealed. Now, buy back in for Team Spirit. AWP on IDIS balance. Now we get to see that head-to-head once again. We haven't actually seen the AWPers clash just yet.
Well, Spirit have been so good at locking TYLOO out of middle, right? That's been one of the problems. We've had Excret go for that window jump and fail it before. Molly in window this time. Excret is not given the room to play his own game, and Spirit are doing a great job of shutting him down. In the meantime, STY again with this B play. I like this. It puts so much pressure on TYLOO early in the round and forces out so much utility. Even if he doesn't necessarily fight for the pick or look for an entry kill here on this site, just his presence makes TYLOO sweat. It also means the Cat player has to fight on the B site, which means Spirit have even easier path to mid. And they are just abusing that right now. This is a masterclass from Team Spirit. Another pick going their way. Execute dropped with the AWP, and a 5-on-4 ensues.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the way that we've seen Team Spirit try and go for this mid-aggression. Even some of these times we've seen them time their smokes so that, you know, if they want to try and hit this B-bomb site, they'll just smoke off short, window, and connector, but they'll throw that short smoke a few seconds beforehand and then just wait close, comfortable in the knowledge that no one can peek through in mid. The second that smoke dissipates, you just see them all push through it. This round, though, they go for the more standard mid-aggression. Summer is going to shut Chopper out of connector. There's already a player on stairs, and there's Buntet to dispatch of him. Young does deal with the aggressive attacker down at ramp. That smoke tags up Coldy just once, but I believe they would have heard the noise, and somebody on this ramp, bomb dropped. Coldy out from apps. Down the ladder. Summer's not ready. Now somebody has the bomb. 20 seconds, and he's holding close at ramp. Surely they check it, but Coldy doesn't, and now it's IDIS balance 1v1 once again, but this time he can't do it. And it's Young with, somebody with 3. 16 and 7, topping the charts right now here on Mirage. I was teetering on the edge of wanting to talk about before the game, but, you know, we didn't really have time. And that was, you know, we've seen him, like yesterday, for example, was having a great time of things alongside X-Group. We saw them run that double AWP a lot. There was a lot of versatility there. Right now, he doesn't need that secondary AWP. He's having a field day with these rifles.
This is a great game so far, Harry. We're seeing some really fun CS right now. And you know, from both sides as well. Spirit are showing us a great mid control and lots of nice, you know, fast executes rather. But TYLOO still retaining control of this game despite Spirit's kind of unorthodox style. Setting up for the B play are Spirit, but no smoke. Double flash to get them into this bomb site. They might even just try and play contact, but that's difficult when Buntet is fighting. And with a flashbang ready on somebody, you might even swap it out for a Molotov. There it is. He's going to need to throw that in. Flash is here for Buntet to pop him for the peak, and he's going to be having an absolute massacre up in these B apartments. Only gets 2, actually. The Molotov actually shields his vision, but somebody has climbed up to join the party. Only one. Those are some guns dropped, but the rotations are here, and they should be enough to shut down the rest of this round.
Yeah, most definitely. Maybe it gets a bit more expensive than TYLOO would have liked, but a round is around 7-6, and you know we're approaching the end of this first half now, so you know the money for TYLOO for the most part is in good standing.
Orb's back out again, and we got somebody on the secondary. As you mentioned, he had a great day yesterday. He's going to go and fight once again. Execute. I mean, he needs to give up with this because you can see when you fail that jump, it can put you in a really awkward spot. Spirit molly connector, and he can't cross away, so he has just to hide in the underpass. A position that Spirit gained control of already, so they should know he's here, but by this balance gets picked off. There's the trade, and that mid-play from Execute has not once been beneficial. The best he's gotten out of it is a 1-for-1, and that's not good.
No, definitely not. It's going to massively favor Team Spirit here. I mean, you can see the pressure now TYLOO are under. They've got to give up mid. And this means, you know, they have to really try and find some ground elsewhere, right? And that's why now we can see Attacker and Summer slowly but surely pushing down towards ramp.
The thing is, I do understand why he's going for it, right? Because they're losing mid so easily. So he wants to try and take it into his own hands, but it's just unfortunately not working.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a bit unfortunate because he misses the jump that time. The first time he tried to, he got hit by a smoke. Yeah. You know, like how on earth are you going to factor that in?
Not much you can do about that.
And now Team Spirit, I mean, they've got mid control. They're very comfortable in that fact. They're going to turn their attention towards B, but a big shot from somebody. He's going to find the first man. Still looking to try and do more, and somebody has been a treat. Buntet is going to help him out with that flashbang, and somebody just waiting. The bomb drops back at short, and somebody spots out Chopper. Gonna land his third and final shot of this round. TYLOO, 8-6. Mate, and they owe a lot to somebody right now.
He's 20-8 after 14 rounds. How on earth is he doing this? An absolute masterclass from somebody, and TYLOO sitting in the lead, only by 2 rounds though. Those odds are looking very favorable for TYLOO, but I think this game is a lot closer cut. Spirit, however, this is a Vegas Squadron buy, but against their will. Finally, we have someone make the jump. It's somebody with the spawn. He gets up, but unfortunately, it's the 1 round. Spirit do not contest middle. It's SDY again. Same old play, rushing into that B site alone. He won't commit. He's only on a Mach 10. The bomb is far behind him. He's just trying to force out that early Molotov. That's the game plan here, because Spirit are setting up for a later B play. Now they're going to go for it. Buntet throwing out the smoke. SDY won't check it, and Buntet gets the drop on him. First kill there. Catches the second man moving in through the bench, and Buntet is slaughtering Spirit on this site. Does get a little bit too cocky and climbs up on the car to his own demise, but surely there's no way Spirit can get out of this round alive. Coldie finds 2, but a push back in from Summer, and Coldie gets himself a 3rd. TYLOO are feeding them kills at this point.
Ooh, and Execute even gets spotted out. A short forced into the hands of Coldie there. And it's somebody, once again, asked to try and step up for TYLOO. He's managed the first man. And he's actually rotating away. Ooh, I like this. He was over at short just moments ago, repositioned into the market, and that's why he blindsides Idis Balance up in the apartments. Now going for the long wrap once again. Into apps, and Coldie has no idea. 30 seconds. Coldie needs the ace if he wants to win this 7th round for Team Spirit. He has done a phenomenal job here. And there's just one hurdle in the way. The only issue is he's still on this wrap, and Coldie is clueless to that fact. Might start to anticipate it sometime soon, but it certainly doesn't look like it. And somebody can just wait for the bomb plant. They'll finish off Coldie, 9-6. Oh, and somebody having a phenomenal game right now. It is not every day that you see somebody in this form.
No, not at all. It's great for TYLOO, right? Because, I mean, he just bailed them out. That was almost a thrown round from the Chinese side. We saw Buntet get 2 on the bench, and then he suddenly jumps up on Car, feeds him another kill. And then, you know, Summer runs into the bomb site from Market instead of waiting for his team. There were just a lot of mistakes there from TYLOO, but luckily somebody was able to bail them. And I thought he was going to go for the cat jump instead of the B-Apps flank, but I guess going for the least common of the 2 was the one that caught Coldie out. Very well played from him. And now, 9-6 on the half. TYLOO sitting in the lead, moving into their T side. And I'm very excited to see how Spirit play the CT side. They were exciting on this first half. What do they got for us on the CT side? Kit smoke for Sotfik, bit of utility on Buntet, and a B play, but this bomb is in Palace, Harry. Is this an underpass play, I guess? I'm very interested. What on earth is this from TYLOO?
Let's see.
Yeah,
right?
it's a con split with a B fake smoke.
See, Vici actually threw in a very interesting variation of something like this at the minor. Now, TYLOO, they've elected for a bit more of a hands-on approach, having Buntet actually throw those flashbangs and lurk over towards B, and it has pulled the rotations away. They've got jungle. They're all the way in the back line of Team Spirit. The bomb's going to go down, and we're going to see a 5v5 retake here, like we're straight out of an exec server, but with one of the weirdest execs you've ever seen. Bomb goes down, it's planted for ramp, and Team Spirit, I mean, they have the smoke on Sotfik, so there's definitely a chance here, right? He can look to just smoke the bomb. But TYLOO have had so much time to set up these post plants to consider exactly where they want that bomb to go down. It's going to require a tremendous effort here from Team Spirit to get back into this one. Trades go left and right, 2v2, player over in jungle. Now, everyone at ramp's been dealt with, so it's only somebody in Excurate left standing, and they keep on fighting. They keep on giving the peaks up, smoke on the bomb, and Coldy with 1 HP. There's no love for him here. TYLOO taking the pistol. They're going to be 2 for 2 in this map.
That is a sick round from TYLOO. I absolutely love that setup. Spirit, you could tell that, especially given the fact that they're down a few rounds, they're scared, right? They over-rotate in that pistol round after just 1 smoke and 2 flashbangs, and as a result, TYLOO, they're given all the room to get into jungle, to get behind enemy lines, open bomb plant on the A site. Very, very nice round from them. I never seen that before. So 10-6, Spirit now with just pistols, just USPs and a solo P250, waiting for those rifles in round number 3. TYLOO, 3 MAC-10s, and the fast comp play from somebody. He's going to try and creep up into this very stacked up A bomb site. 5 players here. Oh, he's getting tagged on the back line. Can he get into jungle very closely? Oh, he's got to move wide. And he will just hold on to this position, probably his best bet here, as Spirit sneaking through the spawn, the bomb going down on B in the meantime. Team Spirit very aware of this, but there's not much they can do about it. With these MAC-10s in their face, they're about to really meet their maker.
Yeah, they are completely shut out of this round once again. I mean, it was only the pistol, so they never really had too much of a chance anyway. They're going to be focusing instead on this buy in the next round. But the one issue you are going to see...
Oh, wow.
There shouldn't be an AWP. I mean, they could look to glass cannon it on eye disbalance.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. We'll see what they do. Either way, double AK save for TYLOO, so still good money. I think TYLOO are the exact type of team to run this bonus round with 3 AKs, 2 SMGs. Like that's definitely them. Ice Disbalance will go for the glass cannon.
The best thing about keeping those SMGs, right, is you force Team Spirit to have to purchase up that head armor. And as a result, they didn't have a lot of money because they went for the decision to buy up in this 3rd round anyway. So the utility is made that much more limited, right? You imagine if you didn't go for the army, we could have seen kits, we could have seen a few extra flashbangs here and there. Eye Disbalance as well, going to be at the full mercy of these SMGs. He doesn't have any armor. He did glass cannon the AWP. So they've got him playing passively back towards CT. Definitely the right call to make, given that he is armorless. TYLOO with the mid presence, with the mid control, and they're able to work Buntet into Delpan here. And similar to what we saw Team Spirit do, TYLOO, they take mid, but now they're just going to back on out of it.
Yeah, going for the late B play here on the TYLOO side of things. It's a crossfire between Sotfik and Chopper, but as you said, Harry, utility a miss here for Spirit. 1 smoke on this B site to potentially throw down, but Sotfik's playing contact, so he is not going to have the chance to put that in the apartments. He might be able to throw it down on the site in this corner here. That's pretty common. Try and isolate the fights, but actually with no immediate push, he puts it in the apartments. It's maybe a problem. Attacker almost whiffs a spray, but he gets away with a kill. Sotfik, great shot there to Summer. Sumdai Young assists him with another kill, but Buntet gets the entry to open up this B site. He's going to continue fighting. A dangerous game to be playing with, as it leaves Execute alone in a 1-on-3 with the bomb down and Spirit all coming from the market.
Excurate with it all to do. Hidden over here at short, the bomb not planted for him, but that could work in his favor. As maybe they anticipate it's going to be the outs play, but ooh, some Young saw him there. Coldy going to peek out, finds that shot nice and easy. Excurate just betrayed by the fact that he gets caught out.
That's very unfortunate as well, because he plays that very well. That's a good position to take. I mean, you know, it's a bit of a one-and-done spot, but if he held on for a couple of seconds and didn't wide peek, I think he gets the first kill and a chance to escape over to the archway. But unfortunately, he gets a bit impatient, maybe considers a wrap round and doesn't want to just stick in one position for too long. Spirit will be able to get that retake after all. So a huge effort from Sotfik on that B site as well to find 2 fantastic kills to keep that in the favor of Spirit. Tactical pause from TYLOO. Still in the lead, but don't want to get ahead of themselves.
No, I mean, definitely not, right? You think about it, we saw some real scary stuff out of Spirit once they were able to get everything they needed for their buy, right? Once they were able to get the utility, we saw a very terrifying Team Spirit, at least initially on their T side, right? Let's not forget, they went 6-2 up at one point in time. Since then, they've managed a singular round. Well, sorry, it was 6-3 up, but
yeah,
very much the tables have turned in that sense. TYLOO just a fast B play. Summer lurking over in Palace. Sotfik not going to be able to find anything. He gets completely blindsided, and now Summer on this flank can look to do a hell of a lot. Actually, as they spot him, he's given up the 4-on-4, but Team Spirit, they're not interested in this. They want to try and save.
Yeah, that almost seemed like a read from Spirit. Once they lost B, they only had 1 player there. It seemed like they were aware of the fake, or not the fake, sorry, the lurk that Summer was going to pull in that Palace. They had a lot of eyes on it. But yeah, as said, 1 player on B, they lose him immediately with nothing, so that's not a round you're ever going to retake. Spirit, they'd rather the money, and they will keep it. Coldy can drop over a gun next round. They can get full rifles once again. TYLOO up to 12, Harry, only 4 rounds away from stealing Spirit's map pick from them. This really is, you know, a huge effort from somebody. He's on 27 kills, Harry. The next best on his team sitting on 11. So obviously that's great, but it does certainly make you question the win condition, right? If we move towards the next map after this and he doesn't have the same performance, do TYLOO have the same ease?
Well, yeah, because it hasn't even been the case that, you know, it's sometimes when you see someone with like that crazy scoreline and no one else is really near them, you can just make the argument that they're kind of killing everyone before anyone else on the team gets to see them, right? But a lot of these kills have come from like these big clutch moments, these big plays where he has been the only man to stand between Team Spirit and a round. So that is a little bit worrying. I have to agree, Hugo. All brought up for eye disbalance in this round. We haven't seen really all too much from him over on this CT side. TYLOO just setting up for what looks like the B play yet again. And your Team Spirit, you're imagining surely they can't just go for the standard B execute once more. And sadly, well, your nightmare continues, Team Spirit. Let's see if they're finally going to wake up from it. Sotfik over here on the bench. Does drop Buntet. Nice shot to find the first man. Somebody, my word, straight in with the trade. He's going to tap that bomb down as well. Really is just doing it all for TYLOO. Planted for the apartments, and you can see Excurate and Summer, they're not moving out of this portion of the map. They're just going to leave somebody inside of the bomb site. Maybe we see one of them look to try and leave now that somebody's fallen. That will be Excurate to drop down onto Van. They have 2 players to watch this post-plant, and Team Spirit need to pick up the pace. They do have a defuse kit on eye disbalance. No. Molotov down on the bomb. Smoke rains in from short. Chopper might have just saved the day with it. 1 kill comes through. Time's ticking away, but they're on the defuse. No time left, and that's going to be TYLOO in with their 13th.
Oh, Sumdo Young didn't have a kit. He ran. He tapped bomb. He moved a meter, and then he picked up the kit, but by that point it was too late. 2 seconds earlier, and he has that defuse. But yeah, as you said, taking their time there.
And that's something I remember reading. I think James and Maniac both tweeted how Team Spirit frequently, or at least, I discussed this with them. I don't remember how I ended up hearing it, but the games the other day, Team Spirit were in these situations a lot where they would be getting the kills in the retake and then losing the round. So this is a reoccurring problem for these Team Spirit CT sides.
Yeah, just I guess they're used to a different playstyle, right? And waiting for TYLOO to take fights, considering TYLOO are in a 2-on-4. So you expect the T's in that situation to try and get aggressive, try and turn the tide of battle. But if TYLOO just hold and bunker down in their positions, Spirit, yeah, they run out of time. Exactly what we just saw. So big mistake from Spirit, and that's a huge round to lose, Harry. That's going to put them in a very, very awkward situation. 13-7, not much room left for Spirit. They've had one round this entire half, and they're going to only have one more buy here. If TYLOO win this round, it's 14, and Spirit have to force buy. So this is potentially their last rifle round of the map if they don't win it. Dear, oh dear, not the situation you want to be in, considering that last round looks so winnable.
Definitely not, and especially when you think about Team Spirit was 6-3 up at one point in time, right? This was looking like it was going to be such a close map, and since getting onto this T side, everything has come up TYLOO. I mean, really, ever since kind of the midpoint of that first half, everything has come up TYLOO. So, Team Spirit, they're going to have to dig deep to try and figure this one out. Now, you can see that they've been somewhat conditioned to worry about this B-bomb site. Chopper and Sotfik both very dedicated into the apartment. So these rotations could take a little while to come through. We finally get to see that AWP see some action, and Coley in with the response shortly after. Extends the man advantage even further. Missed shot from Excurate to try and trade onto iDisbalance. Leaves Buntet and Excurate in this 2-on-5. And only 12 seconds left.
Yeah. I mean, TYLOO have won 10 out of the last 11 rounds, but now finally Spirit getting another one on the board. And as said, a very important rifle round as well. I think a lot of this has been the constant B assaults from TYLOO, right? Because obviously not only have Spirit been running solo B occasionally, but also, we haven't seen iDisbalance or Young really in positions to succeed because they've been playing retake so much. And those are the two players that we really want to see stuff from. Cody as well, playing back on A this time. So it's been a bit unfortunate for Spirit, but finally getting a crucial rifle round, keeping this game alive for now. An 8 here on the CT side. They can certainly still win this. Don't get ahead of yourselves if you're TYLOO, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to another one of these fast B plays, Harry. Yeah,
that's what I mean, you think about it, right? You kind of have that assurance that iDisbalance has been playing over towards the A bomb site, right? Because you only ever see him retaking if you're TYLOO, and then the one time you try and hit A, he's there in CT, and he completely shuts them down, right? He blindsides the two players that peek out from ramp. And so I feel like, for them, they just want to try and dodge this AWP. That's not something they want to go peeking into. Alternatively, you could just look to try and hit A with set smokes and nullify the AWP in CT. But this is where you imagine iDisbalance switches things up, and indeed he will. This time playing mid, playing the window. Attacker is there. Smoke going to rain in. Ooh, there's a gap in it. That's a pretty big blunder on behalf of TYLOO. It looks like he can peek over the top, but no, actually, I don't think he can. So iDisbalance leaving mid. Would have been very troublesome were there a gap in that smoke.
Bomb rotating round, though, going back towards the A side of things for TYLOO. Team Spirit have the info. That's the thing, they're jump spotting the B apartment. So no, at least for now, it's not a full B play. This means that Chopper can at least keep his eyes on middle somewhat. Because right now, Spirit, they have no mid control. They have a passive window player in the form of Young, but he will get aggressive. He will peer in. Try and get some info. However, this is about to be very, very clear to Spirit where the push is coming through. Shot from iDisbalance connects with the AWP. We have 4 more men coming up through the ramp here. This is unorthodox to say the least. No smokes at all for TYLOO, and they're going to bail. Damn right. That was a pretty awful idea, I was going to say. So probably a good decision to leave.
Well, considering you still have the smoke on Attacker, you really do kind of scratch your head as to why they didn't try and smoke off CT, especially after, it was iDisbalance in the round prior from that same position to shut them down. That time, they try and have Excurate peek into it.
They're only just taking mid at 25 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, they had already cleared it earlier on in the round, right? With the smoke in window, Attacker gave it a little look in. but it's been some time since then. 15 seconds, they're really just going to have to try and blitz their way into A, and it's Coldy from under scaffolding who could shut them down, but he's been dropped. No way they get this bomb down. They're tapping in the digits, and with literally milliseconds to spare, they've somehow found the bomb plot. Team Spirit, you cannot let TYLOO get away with this, and Summer, a second kill for him, pivoting back and forth with this AWP. Third, Summer showing up, finding absolutely everybody, and now Sum Young and iDisbalance. 2v3, so much left to do. Attacker going to find a boatload of damage, does get dropped, but it's somebody on this wrap round. They're not ready for it. They get completely annihilated, and TYLOO a 14th round and a millisecond bomb plant to save the day.
I have no idea how Team Spirit allow that to happen right there. That is a complete mess of a round for TYLOO. They had 3 game plans going into that one and kept changing it. They set up for the B play, they lose a player. They set up for the B play, they go back towards A, they lose a player, they split mid with 10 seconds, and they still get a bomb plant.
I mean,
Harry?
if anything, I kind of love the confidence from TYLOO there, right?
But it shouldn't be allowed.
Like exactly. Yeah. They know the timings, they know that they can get this done, they get the duels necessary.
The crazy thing is, in the first half, Spirit were playing no respect CS. They were rushing B, they were going for quick mid takes, they were shutting TYLOO out of information. Now they are giving TYLOO all the room in the world to play their own game. Finally, we see some mid fight come through, and iDisbalance does get that pick. So something for Spirit. Some real estate here, but they cannot afford to give TYLOO so much room to play with if we're going to carry on here. This underpass split could be dangerous, but Sum Young is covering it from mid. TYLOO, I think, setting up a smoke in the spawn. That was somebody. He hesitated. Yeah, there it is. It's going in the window, so Bintech can come out through underpass, but surely he doesn't expect Sum Young here.
Oh, he does. He does indeed. iDisbalance waiting. You know, it's so common to see someone push out from lower tunnels and you try and chain it up with the top mid peak. Now iDisbalance has to divert his attention towards Connector, and the timing as he looks away. Bintet slips through the back line. This A split coming through now, and there's only Coldy here in CT to try and put a stop to it. He gets smoked off. They finally throw that CT smoke down, and that's going to nullify a lot of what iDisbalance could have looked to have done in this round. He actually makes the decision to rotate in through short. But Excurit's keeping an eye on it. Quick pivot round inside of the bomb site. Summer helps out, and it's Sophic thrust into the 1v3. Is good for 1. Playing around this smoke, using it to try and isolate these fights. Sophic. Ooh. Oh, he's going to get them all. My goodness. 3 kills there. The 9th round for Team Spirit. Masterful work to isolate those fights from Sophic, using that smoke that I believe was actually put down by TYLOO against them.
That was fantastic. That last shot on the A1S, just a couple of bullets to the head of that default peak. Played excellently from TYLOO, but Sophic too good. 14-9. And Spirit, they have just bailed themselves out of a very, very horrible spot. Think back 2-3 rounds ago, this game looked like it was getting closer and closer to being done. Now Spirit have kept this one close. They've broken TYLOO's money, and it's still winnable.
Oh, most definitely. And it looks like we might just see TYLOO settle back into just a standard A-side play. Now, the one question mark there is with no smokes, you're going to be relying a lot on hitting your shots. And with Team Spirit clearing out mid early, they're going to have 4 players already just primed and set up to try and deny TYLOO, but somehow the pistols finding kills. Sum Young does not want to take that fight. He's going to just pull back and wait. And, ooh, TYLOO, they're leaving A. They're going to hit B. They leave Summer here.
Ooh.
And he's continuing to try and start. Eventually, Team Spirit have to consider the possibility that they've rotated away.
Oh, but this player just being here creates so much distraction that Spirit is so tunnel visioned in on the A site right now. They've still only just realized that, uh-oh, it's B. But do they know how deep somebody's gotten? They've got to be aware of the possibility here. They spot the site cross, the bomb's been planted. Do they check the corner? Somebody just waiting, just biding his time, and he'll peek out at the perfect point. TYLOO triple push into the market, and they overrun them with pistols, Harry. What a round to win.
The reason why I absolutely love that there at the end from TYLOO is they get somebody into the corner, and then you know that Buntet and the gang join up and start to push in as well. Reason is because, you know, if you've got players pushing into the shop, it looks like they've only just tried to take it upon getting that bomb down. So they weren't ready for somebody whatsoever. That bait and switch setup works perfectly from TYLOO. Team Spirit, I think you understand why they try and deal with Summer in that A bomb site. They both know that either they've got him there and he's on his own, so you don't want to let him have that flank potential at some point, or it is still culminating in the A play. So they try and take the one fight that they know they've got, they bring it into the 3v3, but they're not ready for that bait and switch set up in the shop. And so now map point for TYLOO on the map pick of Team Spirit, in spite of what looked like a great start for the CIS squad. Now they're staring down the barrel of a pretty grueling defeat here on Mirage.
Yeah, and against mainly armorless pistols in that previous round, TYLOO are going to get it done, crushing the cache of Spirit up against 15. Fast short play for TYLOO. They've once again been given mid, as pistols are not going to be able to contain this Chinese beast. Soft pick on the site, Deagle out, he's going to get overwhelmed, can't get anything done, and that's the B site given away. One man rotating from the underpart, sorry, catwalk rather, that's eye disbalance, but they already have connectors, so they catch him moving in before he surprises them. This is looking clean as anything for TYLOO. Young, the only man to get a kill on this Team Spirit side, but he is being flanked from the CT spawn, and he's going to get cleaned up from Bentet. Everywhere Spirit are, they're getting flanked. Poor them. This map is done. TYLOO 1 kill away from 16. And Spirit, as you said, they look good to start it off, but it's TYLOO to finish off Mirage, taking away the Russians' map pick.
Yeah, and it's one of these weird games where the scoreline might look close and Team Spirit might have been in the lead at one point in time, but past their initial 6-3 lead, it never felt competitive, right? TYLOO really did run away with that towards the very end. And are we going to see Excra eat the banana on stream? We are. So there we go. Brilliant. And that's going to be TYLOO moving 1-0 up, Hugo.
Yeah, and somebody ending the map with 31 kills as well. That's unreal from him. I mean, think about the first 10 rounds or so. He got something like 20 kills in, I think it was 14 rounds it was. Yeah, so pretty unreal performance. And he kept it up throughout the game as well.
Yeah,
so
that's kind of terrifying now looking to Inferno, right? Yeah. That's the next map, the map pick of TYLOO. And one of the things that we always associate with being so strong on that map is not just Excra with his AWP, but it's a double AWP potential between somebody and Excra. Yeah. If he can keep this form up, TYLOO are going to be feeling very comfortable here.
Well, do join us after the break. We've got Inferno coming up next, the second map, and the chance for Spirit to bounce back. But can they on TYLOO's map pick? Find out soon.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.